It's Dave Dufort from Final Expense Agent Mentor at feagentmentor.com. Today we're going to have a short chat about aged final expense leads. This is something that comes up from time to time, usually because the person has some sort of reluctance or resistance or financial constraints to buying fresh direct mail leads or telemarketing leads. So sometimes, as a compromise, buying aged leads is a good idea. And so the purpose of this video is to discuss where do you find aged leads, how do you analyze if they're any good or not, and in what circumstances would you really like to use aged leads and which ones would you like to stay away from, and what can you really anticipate from it. So first of all, aged leads are usually something that most marketing organizations or agencies will offer. It can be as much as working old leads that the agent used to have or has worked but hasn't worked in a long time but would prefer to work fresh ones so he can pass those aged leads on to you. That's always a good way to work aged leads. You've also have from larger agencies that have an inventory of aged leads that are from several months old to several years old, which were either purchased or not purchased, or they're on some kind of aged lead program in which, new leads are circled back over to aged leads in a period of time, blah, blah, blah. You get the idea. That's the concept behind how aged leads work. So why would an agent want to use aged leads? Well, the primary reason an agent uses aged leads is because it's a cheap way to get started. However, just as really as true in life as it is everywhere else, you get what you pay for. With aged leads becomes a poor quality in general, in some circumstances, of what you're going to get out of the lead. Leads that are a year plus old, you're going to find many of them are dead. Many have moved. Plenty of the phones will be shut off because their Obamacare minutes are gone and they switched phones. You'll find all that stuff work in these leads, so you got to put a lot of effort in door knocking them over phone calling them, and you really got to buy a mass load of them to make any use out of them. They're much tougher to work, and you really have to work on getting in the door in order to sling some final expense at it. So my thoughts are, if you're desperate to get involved in this business and you just are broke, and the only way you can string together enough money is with aged leads, I say go for it. It's just one of those things but you have to keep your expectations in line with what you're paying for. If you pay $100 for 50 aged leads, listen, if you sell 2 policies to 50 aged leads, then that's a great thing. You shouldn't poo-poo that, even if you only make $500 to $1,000. That's a 10-to-1 return on your investment in that case. So stuff like that, you got to have your mindset right. So you got to go work them hard. You got to understand that you got to buy a volume of them. And really, truly, you should try to take the step. You should try to treat it as a step up eventually to build yourself up and to bankroll yourself up into a fresh direct mail lead program, because that's really where you want to be ultimately anyway. And with all that said, in my agency, I do offer aged leads to some capacity. It's not a tremendous amount. But what's unique about these leads is that these are what's called unworked aged leads, whereas most of the leads you've seen have been pounded on, they've been called on, they've been visited by agents, so they are worked and they're more difficult. These leads tend to be just as fresh as they were when they originally mailed out. Now, some of these people, they have bought because they sent multiple cards in, but the point is, many of these leads, when you call them up, even 6 months in, they remember sending the card in because nobody ever showed up. So the point is that, working with us in certain areas, we can provide these unworked aged leads for a discount compared to what our final expense leads usually go for. And it's a fantastic way to fill the gap or get going and just have leads available to start working. I myself work aged leads from time to time that are unworked through this organization we work with. And a lot of my agents do too, when they've got to make ends meet and they want to kind of fill the gap with a lead source that is verifiable and does work. So if you're interested in aged leads, if you're not looking to get involved with my agency but you want to try to find out more, just do a Google search for aged leads. Internet aged leads are fine. A lot of these marketing organizations offer them. Make sure you try to ask them if they're unworked or not. and see if you can get a volume deal. And again, just try to come up with some sort of approach to this to where you have access to a good volume so that you can get the most out of your return. This is Dave Dufort from Final Expense Agent Mentor. You can check me out at feagentmentor.com. Check out all my training resources, lots of videos, lots of articles to help you out in the final expense business. And thank you so much.